All right, guys, what's going on? Let's go ahead and get started. I got the waiting room ready to let people in, and we're going to go ahead and knock this out. I'm Chuck with Traders War Room. Been a while since I came on, been really busy. We got a fantastic video that we're going to do for you. We're doing this on YouTube as well. So if you can't get onto the Zoom, you can go onto the YouTube. It's being recorded. So we'll provide that later for the people that can't get into it. A couple of quick announcements, man. If you're still not checking out the X platform for TWR, you need to go over there and check it out, man. I got a real for real small account challenge going on where I'm being very transparent with my trades, letting you know both the highs and the lows, the successes and the failures and stuff like that, man. We're seeing a lot of FUD going around with these challenges. Okay. I mean, I caught three accounts today that pretty much pushed out verbatim the same post. There's three separate accounts. What it is they're just trying to get people, man. They're trying to get mass people on board with all these different servers. And it's probably the same people or same group of people doing the same alerts. And they're just pocketing all that cash from three or four different servers, guys. So definitely, I say this because I want you guys to follow your favorite analysts, but I also want you guys to be smart so that you don't get taken advantage of because there's a lot of creeps out there, man, and they don't even care. They don't even really trade, man. They do this paper trade and stuff, or they just push out signals off of algos that you could get yourself by just getting the subscription to TradingView. So, so these guys are, basically they're imposters and they're a shame to the industry that we are of professional traders. So definitely keep a lookout for those. Okay. If it doesn't make sense, if it sounds too good to be true, probably is. All right. Second thing, I told a lot of people today, you guys know I'm in the army. And today I officially dropped my retirement packet. So yeah, that was a big day. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I sat there for about 30 minutes and all I had to do was push a button on my computer just to submit it. But it's just, all I've known is, Army since, I was a kid. And here I am, 19 years later, and man, time goes by, it flies, but it's time. I'm not afraid to get out there in the real world. I can trade. I'm good at trading. I have the business with TWR, so I'm okay there. I got my college. I was smart in the military. I took advantage of the college, the GI Bill, stuff like that. So, I feel as though I'm pretty marketable out there. So, you know, a little, excited and scared all at the same time, but we'll attack that one just like we do the market, just one step at a time, and hopefully we'll accelerate to the top. Also, we're going to talk about a penny stock. You guys know I've been pushing out a lot of penny stocks in some of the platforms. I have to give you guys a disclaimer. Some of the penny stocks that I do push out are sponsored content. Just part of the business. I work with an investing relations firm, and you can check out all my disclaimers. All the links are in the description of everything I push out. But just because they're sponsored, awareness campaigns doesn't mean these things aren't good, man. Like this company I'm working with, and I'm working with them. Like I told them if I was going to be part of this, I wanted to be part of the deciding factor, kind of like a good example is Tom Brady with him wanting to be part of the decision factor on making the team, right? That's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm assembling a team of legit people. We're going out there, we're attacking the market, and I'm being an integral part of this. So, definitely I would not sign on if I didn't believe in the message. I didn't believe in the management, and they've been really good to me so far. So, if you do see some things and you see the disclaimer, hey, it's just part of the business, but that doesn't mean that it's a crap thing, man. I haven't pushed out any crap tickers since I started this thing, man. They've all been fantastic and they've all been able to push. So definitely come check it out and we'll see what we got. I'm going to go ahead and hop into it right now. We're going to go ahead and look at screeners, okay? One of the things I wanted to do tonight is we want to look at some stocks, but we also want to look at screeners. Okay. You guys don't utilize the screeners the way you should. These things are here for you. Each platform has these. Even Robinhood has a Robinhood actually has a pretty decent screener specifically for the options. But you guys need to use these screeners, okay? You need to set them up so that they fit your trading personality. And what we're going to do here is we're going to look at it right here, and we're going to go ahead and manipulate this a little bit so we can find, we want to go ahead and take this kind of pool that we have here, and we want to tailor it to some stocks that we're interested in trading going forward, right? So let's go ahead and hop in here. We want market cap. I don't care about the ROE. I want some volume. I I'm not really caring about the technical signals today. I do want to go over a candlestick pattern, but I want to look for some candlestick pattern and analyst ratings. I want to go ahead and get some analyst ratings as well. So, looking for some decent ones. So we got a pretty decent little pool here. Let's go ahead and lock this. Now, with these market caps, we want to go ahead and make sure that we get some decent market cap here. I'm going to go ahead and go 10 billion or higher, right? So we got 10 billion, and we're going to go ahead and put this up to like 500 billion, right? So we catch all the big boys, all right? Anything 10 billion and higher. Volume, I want stuff that's 2 million on up. All right. I want something that's trading 2 million on up. So you can see we got our pool here, right? 10 billion to the top, to Apple and Microsoft. We got 2 million trading volume over here. And then the candlestick pattern. I wanted to go ahead and look at the candlestick pattern today. One of the candlestick patterns that I really like to trade specifically midweek is I like to go for the inside bars. And that's what I wanted to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and look at the inside bar. We're going to go ahead and go to the bullish side of the house. And you can see we got 59 targets here. And I don't really care about the long, mid, or short. I just want some tickers that kind of meet this criteria. So we're going to go ahead and kick that there. Analyst ratings, we want to go ahead and we want strong buys, buys, and holds. All right. See our pool there. And then we're going to go ahead and save this so that we can look at it tomorrow. And we're going to save it as IB Bull. Okay. So this is going to turn into IB Bull, right? It's right there. And then we're going to go ahead and modify this. So we're going to come in here and we're going to clone. All right. We're going to copy. All right. So this comes in and copies it. Now we're going to go ahead and modify this. We're going to keep everything the same, except we're going to come in here, the inside bar, instead of going with the bullish side of the house, we're going to go with the bearish side of the house. All right. And we're going to go ahead and click done. And we're going to go, instead of the bull, we're going to put IB bear, right? All right, so now we got our bullish case scenario, we got our bear case scenario. So let's go ahead and go into the bullish case scenario, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create it. It got 52, 58 in the pool. I'm going to go ahead and create a watch list off of this. Inside bar, bull, 23, something, so I know what I'm doing, right? All right, got a watch list. Now, okay, let's go into the bear. I'm going to create a watch list here, right? IB bear, 23. July. All right, there we go. Now we got our two things, right? So let's go ahead, and now that we got our screeners, let's go ahead and go into our watch list areas. So we're going to go into watch list, and we're going to go ahead and look for our trade here. So I'm going to go ahead and slide over. All right, see what we got here. All right, so we got our list here. And we can aggregate this however we see fit. We definitely got some different things going on here. So put that up here. We can look at percent change, right? From the top to the bottom. Make sure I'm sharing this. Okay, yep, we are. All right. I just want to make sure. All right, we can go from the top to bottom, percent change, right? We can also go with looking at some volume over here. Where is my, oh, there I am. All right. We can look at volume. All right. Average volume All right, so here's the top volume right here, Cisco. You can see the Cisco, what's the top volume, average volume 3 months, right? We can look at basically this is revolving, this is the R volume, right? So we can look at the R volume relative, see how it's doing in 3 months, turnover rate, range. So there's a whole bunch of different ideas that we can do here. We can aggregate from the market cap, going from the big boy, right? All the way down to the little guys. So, definitely we want to go ahead and pay attention to different things like that. With this one, since this is the bull, I want to go ahead and use the percent change, right? So I want to aggregate this down, percent change. And we're going to go ahead and look. First thing I like to do is I want to look at the spark line. Okay, I want to see something that looks interesting from the spark line because this is what's getting your attention, right? The spark. You can go into all the charts and stuff, and they look good and whatever. But I want to look at I want to see a nice spark line, something. So we can go ahead and look at these different ones. This is on the day. We can change the pattern if we want to go ahead and go into a 30-day or a 30-minute or 5 minute. But usually the 1 hour is a pretty decent breakdown. I prefer the 4 hour, but 1 hour is okay. We can kind of look to see what we got. But the day is definitely, you don't get much better than the day. We could see the downtrending channel here, some consolidation, and then we got a little bit of a pop. Okay, so this might be a good one to go ahead and look for a potential breakout, because this has an inside bar coin from the automatic system, right? And this is telling us that, we got a bullish push coming out of this consolidation area, and we're looking to go ahead and pop. So we're definitely interested. We're going to just kind of scroll here. This one looks good. VRT, it's been trending pretty good. This one right here, oh, that's nice. I mean, we got a strong push here to the upside. This one's pretty decent. That one would be good to look at. So let's go ahead and go into these now. We're going to double click. And we're going to come into the chart. So I'm going to clean these up. I'm going to go ahead and I got some volume profiles here. With the volume profile, you can see you get your top line, your blue, bottom line of your volume profile is your red, and then the battle zone, like I like to call it, is the purple. You can color them whichever ones you want. Here's some of the indicators that I got at the bottom: the MACD, the stock RSI, and the TTM squeeze. Usually the squeeze is better on actually trading within the trade day. I don't really pay attention to it when I'm doing some due diligence, Mostly I'm just looking for confirmation. So we're going to go ahead and go into these, and we're going to go ahead and go into the 4 hour chart. We're just going to quickly, and I got some moving averages too. Okay, this is the 10 and the 20 moving average EMA. And so we're basically just looking and seeing what we got going on here. We got some of the volume up to the upside, we got definitely coming down here. And so we're looking for potentially to push if this is giving us that inside bar reading, and we're coming down here off the 4 hour. This is the sell point, holding the area, and then we're looking for the break to the upside. So what we do when we see these, if we like the chart setup, right? If we like the chart setup, we're going to go ahead and create triggers off this. And how we do that is we're going to go ahead and come in here, horizontal line, going to come right off the top, boom, trigger, right? Come right off the bottom, right there, boom, trigger. And so now what you have is you got your high, your low trigger point. We close above this on a 5-minute, 15-minute chart. We're going to start looking for the trade long, right? We close below this on a 5 or 15-minute chart. We're going to look for the trade south to the downside. But coming out of this consolidation zone, we're definitely looking pretty decent. I would do like this area to hold the support. So I would be looking for the rejection down here at the bottom and the catapult to the upside. Now, I probably wouldn't go long until we absolutely broke this to the upside, and then we get that momentum push out of this consolidation zone. That's what we'd be looking for. This is not really a trade I'm interested in right now. It's definitely has some potential for sure, but we have the watch list built that way so we can watch it in the morning. If we start to spike, then we can look at what we got going on. VRT, I like this one. VRT is looking good. Look at this. We got a cup. This one's good. We got the cross here on the EMAs. We got a nice cup. We're starting to get that handle, and we got all this volume to the upside, right? This would be a good potential trade. Looks like they got earnings. So they got earnings on the 24th. It is the 22nd. So we could see the push into earnings. This would be one of those that I'd like to go ahead and look for a trade. This one's something I'm interested in. So this would be one that I would go ahead and I'd mark and I'd go ahead and put into a separate pool because this is a high interest stock idea here. I'd be looking for, these calls at the 90, even 100, maybe call if you buy yourself enough time, and potentially looking for the breakout from this area for the push back up to this 93, 95, 90 area, something like that. Owl, we like this stuff. Man, we got the railroad tracks and we're starting to spread here, right? Volume's starting to thin off a little bit, which is okay. It's okay. Looking a little bit, we're kind of touching and we're looking to separate again. So this one's interesting here. Got some news. It's been up 10 consecutive days, winning streak. Just general news, right? So it's moving pretty well. We got three soldiers right here, pattern to the upside. This one looks good. Could we see the pullback? Yeah, absolutely, man. People probably been in this, since around, here 17, 16s, right? So they might be taking some off the table, but if the news is good, right? Something with trends, okay? If the trend news is hot and the fundamentals match the hotness, okay, you can definitely see the continuation to the upside, right? There's no stopping. Once you keep going, man, you'll see little pullbacks, but you can go ahead and go long and look for the continuation. So I do like this one, Al. This one's definitely something I'm interested in. This one, we got some pretty broadening on this one. This potentially you got what's this? 81. You got a pretty decent little spread here for some potential trades. This would be okay. It's an aerospace stock, so we'd be paying attention to this one. Yeah, sure. We'd probably go ahead and put triggers. Just hold the trigger off of the volume profile. They got the lines on here for a reason, man. Use the lines to your advantage. We close above this, boom, we're looking long for the retest of up here. And if eventually maybe get the break, right? We fail that, we're probably going short, looking for the push down to 79, 78, and then probably some continuation coming back down. We had some volatility here, and now we're converging back onto the moving averages, and we got a blue crossing over the orange. We got a MACD that's crossing up. We got RSI that's still got a little bit of room to go. And then if you use the TTM squeeze, we're starting to cool down off of the dump and moving towards that bullish. So this would be a decent little trade to go ahead and look long on. I'm interested on the options. Let's see what they got. We want some volume. You can see right here, this is 16 August. This has some decent volume right here. Spread's not too bad. So this 85 call, right? This one right here, 80. See what they got a little further out. Going into September, any volume? Nothing. All right, what about October? A little bit of volume here. So people are paying for it though. So we'd probably be looking, what about the lead? No? Okay. So we'd be looking for 16 August. That's where our volume's at. This is the trade that most people are taking. We could probably come in as long as we didn't come in too deep on this one here. We probably could come in on this one. Open interest is still a little shallow. So there's not too much volume in on these trades, right? More of them are going for the end of money. But this would be, 85 call if we got a decent push, make you some money. Delta theta ratio is nice and line. This still is as well. You just couldn't go as deep because the volume just doesn't support it. So couldn't go in there and go ham with like 100 contracts, all right, because you'd be the majority of the volume and over the open interest. Okay, so you just want to make sure you guys pay attention to that type of stuff, the volume and the open interest and what's going on these smaller volume of tickers here. Mm, Go back to chart. This one looks like it's a failing a little bit. I would think that this one, even though this gave us a bullish cross, I don't know why it gave us a bullish cross. Well, that's why, because it has this on the day. All right, looking to break here. I would put a trigger here, right? We'd have to break this right here, this 289 area, to go ahead and think long. Until we got to that point, we probably need to. I mean, we're hitting some negative divergence here. We're below the RSI, which would give us a case for potentially bounce, right? But we still got some negative pressure with the squeeze. We just crossed down and we got some momentum on the MACD. We're also, up here, we got to be able to clear this. We pulled back with a little bit of wicking here. We got to be able to clear this line because these are some thick price action here. All right. Now, what you want to see if you're looking bullish. Nokia. We like Nokia. Buy shares. That's all I got to say. Buy shares, get leaps. Buy shares, get leaps. All right. Nokia got some things in the future, man. I like them. Shares and leaps. AES. We've had good success with AES. I like this trade long here. You got some of these you got this little handle hammer pattern thing going on here. I like this for the push to the upside. I think that we could get a little break out of this consolidation area. We need to clear, right? We need to clear the zone. Once we clear the zone, it's take off. We got about a $2 push to the upside. So we need to be watching AES. Zillow Group's always fun to trade. We got a little bit of shallowness coming on. You can see that volume is depreciating here, right? Which tells us since we were descending and the volume is lowering, maybe we're coming to a low point where we're kind of finding some consolidation before the next push. This would be a good gamble play to the upside. If you wanted to, I think it has more potential to the upside than to the downside. At least go retest. I don't know if we would hold, but to go retest this upside, I think would be a good possibility. So I would go ahead and put a trigger right here at some meat and potatoes, and I'd be looking for the break above this point, and we'd go long. Okay. If we didn't break above this point, we're probably looking for the retest of here and probably coming back into this zone of support. So we'd probably be looking short on this one. EA. Yeah, we got some tight price action coming off of this jackknife. Typically, when you see the jackknife like this, and you got some tight price action, what we're wanting is we want the moving averages to converge. Okay, we got a little bit of spread here, which tells us we got some volatility happening, some undecisiveness, right? Indecisiveness. That's basically what's happening. And what we want is we want these to come in and touch so we get a decision point. And I do like this one for an eventual push to the upside. I think 145, 150, we could break, at least go retest this previous zone here, right? This consolidation period. Huge dump, jackknife up, little bit of a tail, and then we can kind of go up here and retest, right? To pop it, as long as we stay bullish. Yeah, so I'd be going long on EA. Baba. It's time. All right. We need to go long on Baba. We got a gap up here. This is going to get filled. Okay. So it's time to go ahead. Baba's been holding steady. So it's time to start going long on Baba. And everything. All right, we like APTV. This looks pretty decent. We got some shallow volume though. So what we want is when we got these things with shallow volume, right? You got some big pushes to the downside and you got the recovery, okay? What we're looking for is we want our sub indicators to give us the confirmation. Right now we got the TTM squeeze looking like we want to go ahead and push. We got rotation from the RSI coming back up. We want the cross, okay? Three reasons why to push the buy. Okay, we want the cross on a MACD that supports this price action over here on the top, and we prefer these to get a little bit tighter. We don't want to have this space. Okay, so we want our moving averages to be a little tight. We'd like to have a real nice thick green candlestick to the upside rather than this tight price action with the wicking. And we can go ahead and put triggers on this one, right? So you put a trigger here, boom, right there at the top. All right, 70, 60. Put another trigger down here at the bottom. Boom, right there. 68, 85, something like that. We trigger to the upside. Boom. Most likely we get our support from down here. One reason, two reasons, three reasons. This supports the overall thesis. We're going to go ahead and go long, and we're going to look for the break for about a $2 to $3 move to the upside. So I do like this one. This one looks pretty good for potential play. We fail, we come here, we're looking like we're probably going to fail and go retest these areas, which it's held up before. So we'd be likely to push down and then bounce from support before potentially another leg to the downside if we did fail. PNR, I don't know anything about it, but the chart, is whatever. We're going to look at some stuff that we like. ON. This one's been really popular. We like this one. We're going to look long on this one for the break out of this area. Okay, we want to go ahead and break above this 150 or 4150. And we think that if we can break over this 4150, we're supported over here on higher moves. Okay, 42 up to 45. So we want that break. Got a nice cup here. When you look to the further out chart, cup handle right to the upside. 43 looks pretty good from here. That'd be a $3 move. Decent little trade right there. Picard looks okay for the move to the upside. Got supported by some of the, we got a little bit of indecisiveness. The MACD kind of curling up to the upside, holding above these top levels. RSI is curling from the bottom, and then we just started getting some negative pressure on the TTM squeeze. So we could be looking for a little bit of failure to the downside. I'd be looking for the break above our top line of the volume pressure, looking to the upside. And if we couldn't hold that, then we're going to go ahead and go short. Key Corp, banks. We like banks at 15 bucks. Go ahead and go long. We're going to go ahead and look this one. When you look at these options should probably be fairly cheap on these. We can go out 16 January. And you can see there wasn't much volume on the day. But we got a lot of volume and open interest and everything. And then you can see, so if we started increasing on the volume, we could put an alert for the option volume. We start increasing volume in these, or we started getting interest. We can go ahead and think long on this one, the 17 or the 20, probably the 20 back into the 2026 area would definitely be a okay trade to go ahead and take. See right here. Let's see which is the one that people are looking at. I bet they're looking at the 16 August, aren't they? Yeah, look at that. 16.5. Okay. This isn't bad right here. This would be a good one as well, right here. This $16 one, pushing out the 16 August. That's the one right there. Come in between here, maybe catch it for 43. So this would be something, this would be one that I'd be looking at trading tomorrow's key. Okay. So we're gonna look at some banks tomorrow. So don't be surprised if you see me push out an alert on key. You guys heard it here first. American Express saw the big, huge dumpty dump, and now we're starting to recover a little bit. Anytime I see recovery like this, though, it worries me. Okay, we get a whole bunch of positive recovery after this huge dump. I'm looking for the fail and then the next leg down. Okay, it's a typical H formation that you get. So you get this nice little line here, and you get your table here. So this is your leg down, your L. And then you get to a point where you hit resistance again, which we're about at, right? And then you're going to get your next leg to the downside, and it creates that H. So you got your down here, your cross, and then your H here. If you can imagine that down, see if I can draw it. Gives you guys a little more perspective, right? Pitchfork, no. Can I draw? Can I just draw? All right, draw. So we're coming here. Oops. We're coming here to here. Nope. Here, we'll try this out. So here, 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 and then, kicking out like that. So, MasterCard, we like this one. Ooh, I got a lot of lines on here. I need to clean this chart up, don't I? MasterCard, we like this one. I do like the levels that we got here. We're making higher highs, higher lows. I like this for the push to the upside. So I think from this current level that you can't see, so I got a whole bunch of this crap here. Let me get rid of this. Clean this up real quick. All right, here we go. All right. So now here we are looking for the push to the upside. I like MasterCard. This would be one of those good trades that we'd be looking to really hit a home run on. Okay. So that 455, yeah, that's where we're looking at 455. A Beeve. I think these guys got no, it's not a Beeve, it's the other one. I always get a Beeve and then an ABBV. Um, this one again, this is a penny stock that we trade sometimes when it has the volume push. It looks like it's gonna fail though, over here. So I'd be looking for the short to the downside on this one. Toast. We like Toast. Toast, ooh, look at Toast. It looks like it wants to break out, guys. This one, put this one on your radar. Toast to 30. Absolutely. This one's need to have this as a foot stomp. Ding, ding, ding. Toast to 30. And if Toast is doing something, I'm curious if Toast is doing something. What's PayPal doing? Oh. PayPal looking okay. What about SQ? Block looks rough. Block looks rough, but that's okay. It's okay. Let's go ahead and get back there. Toast. We like Toast. Look at Toast, man. Toast the 30. I like it. PDD um looks like it's curling back a little bit of a pullback after some acceleration, but I think we go ahead and find support and we go ahead and push to the upside. So I like this one. We got probably about maybe a $5 to $10 move to the upside from some acceleration. So this one's a good one to trade as well. SNY, I don't know about this one. Cup, handle, consolidation, maybe push. Doesn't look like it likes to travel very much. I mean, over here, when is this? This was June 28th. We're down like 47. We hit 51. Like a $3 move to the upside. Target. All right. Target looks rough. I see a chart like this on Target. I think short. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking short on Target. This would be, we want to go ahead if we're doing this one. 16 August puts. We got some volume here. What's our chart at? What does it tell us? I want to get rid of this volume. Hang on, I'm going to get rid of this volume profile real quick for my indicators. All right, get rid of this volume profile. I think this one here is if I, yeah. All right, there we go. Let's go back into this 4 hour chart now. All right, 4 hour chart. We got some downtrend here. You know, you know, now that I say that, I do see. At first, when I was looking at this, I was like, no way, man. No way this is a bull move. But I can see the push here. I could see it right here. I can see the move. You got the little trend here, little push, little break. Um, so I could see the case for 156, right? I can also see the case for 145. So we're kind of in, a conundrum here. We got about a $5 move to the upside. Either way, we're looking at it. So if we're going to put a line, right? Okay. Here's our thing. Now we need a box of probability, right? I'm going to go ahead and draw my box of probability. Let that different color. All right. Here's my box of probability. So when I do these things, right? A lot of you who've taken my mentorship, we talk about the box of probability and stuff. Basically, TA exists because stocks, tend to have patterns and they repeat themselves, right? Hence the whole process of technical analysis, right? The theory behind it. So what we're looking for is this box of probability. Okay. We got meat and potatoes at the bottom, meat and potatoes at the top, right? We're looking for breakouts, anything above the box. We're looking for breakouts, and a breakout usually is the distance of range from top to bottom, right? So we'd be looking for a breakout from wherever the price action was at midpoint to this point, and we'd be looking for the breakout above, right? If we had a strong breakout, we'd be looking for double this top, this bottom, whatever the difference is. You're looking at $10. We'd be looking for a $10 push to the upside on a breakout. So here in our box of probability, we're going to go ahead and put a midline. I'm going to go ahead and draw my midline here, right there. That's my midline. This is my battle zone. All right. We stay above this battle zone. We're going to go ahead and look long. Okay. We're going to look to those longs. We're going to look at 155 calls, maybe 160 calls, depending on the price. We want to give ourselves a little bit of time. 16 August, sure. 160 calls. Woo. Oh, these are puts. All right, 160 calls, not bad. Look, not bad price right there. Look at that. That's in the zone right there. Come in at 120 in between the bid and the ask. Yeah. And that was even the last price. We're good with that. Delta, theta ratio. Yeah, we love that. 160 is the one we'd look for. 16 August. Okay. Look to the bottom side. We fail the battle zone, right? We're looking for the push to the bottom side. So we're looking at that 145 put, right? Come in here. Where's that 145 put? About the same price. Same delta to theta ratio. Yeah, we like that one. We can maybe go a little bit outside of money. If you wanted to save yourself a little bit on some money, but I would caution on going too far out the money because that's how you get caught up, right? We want to be able to accelerate the moves, right? This is 13 cents per $1 move. This would be $25 on premium per $1 move, right? So we want to make sure that we accelerate as we're coming down so we can make money. Target looks like a good trade. And they're out of the box of probability. Panwall or Palo Alto, whatever. We're looking like we're going to break to the upside. I think this one probably has breakout potential. Holding strong. It's definitely got some steam since that CrowdStrike fiasco. And I like this one for the push to the upside. So I'd be looking for the breakout 334. I'd be looking for 350, 355. All right. Let's go through. I want to get to some of the puts. Nope, not interested. Uber, Workday. Yeah, Workday. Um, sure. Probably looking like a maybe a little bit more push and then a fail. I see charts like this after we come off a long push to the downside, right? Selling pressure. We're riding, we're riding, we're riding. We just can't accelerate, and we're gonna hit that button where we're just gonna fail again, and we're gonna come back down and start retesting these levels to the downside. So I'd be looking short. Uber. Uber rough. Wow, that chart looks rough. We're looking like puts on Uber. Uber, how do puts look on Uber? 16 August. Ooh, look at that. We're not the only ones thinking it. We're not the only ones. 65. What's our price? 67. Right there. Decent. That's not a bad price either. 225. I bet if we came in at 225, we'd fill if we use the limit. Yeah. This is the big one though. I mean, it's $60. Yeah, that's the one where everyone's in. So we'd be looking for that one right there. Hewlett Packard. This is um, this one's a tough one. It's consolidating. Um, is it consolidating to make the move lower, or is it just I would wager that this one's probably going to push to the upside. So I'd be looking for the move to the upside out of this consolidation. Now, it could sit in consolidation. I mean, shoot. Oops. It could sit in this consolidation zone, right? For a minute. Okay. But what we want is we will go ahead and put a trigger here. Once we started breaking out of this box here, this will be our trigger, right? We go ahead and put a trigger there. Once we started breaking out of this, we'd start to go long. Okay. If we start breaking down, right? We'd be looking short. And we'd be going just by levels. So we'd be looking short level by level. Level here, expecting resistance. If we held resistance and we had continuation, we'd be looking for the next level, right there, right about there, and looking for probably support coming in. Caterpillar. I like trading Caterpillar, guys. Caterpillar is one of my favorite stocks to trade. I don't usually alert this one. I just trade this one on my own, but I like it. I like to play Caterpillar. I like the push here. We got a gap to the downside, so we could definitely fill. You see a lot of wicking to the upside. We had a lot of pressure and we wicked out pretty hard. Came down. I mean, anytime you got a stock that's, 300 and some odd dollars, you definitely got some room that you can play to the downside. So I would be looking, again, oh, this is not rocket science, guys. You just put triggers on here, okay? For a long one, we're looking for breaks right here on this previous huge price action where we kind of hit some of that thing. We're looking for that break above 52, 352, 353, right? If we're looking for puts, all right, we want to go ahead and make sure that the puts count, right? So we want to go ahead and be a little coming up here would be aggressive. We want to be a little more conservative, right? So we're going to come out here right where this previous price action was here. And we'll look if we start to hit that 343, we're probably looking for that push to the downside. Marathon, um, looking rough here at the bottom. Probably a move to the downside. I could see it. Best Buy, Best Buy looking good. We're just doing a lightning round here. Best Buy looking good. I can see the push. 90, 95. UNP, Union Pacific. Ooh, this is looking tough right here. 250 inbound. XPO, don't know about it. CVE, Energy. Energy's rough. You could play this one, sure. I'd be playing potentially again You just want to go with levels. Okay. If you want to play these, you go with levels. I put a trigger here and I come back down here, meat and potatoes. I put a trigger there and you just go off with the trigger. Plain light. General Mills, looking like got a cup with the handle, probably a push to the upside. I could see it. Yeah. General Mills, definitely. It doesn't move quick, but I could see the case for 66, 67. US Foods, nah. Franklin Resources, nah. Arm, Arm looks weak. Arm looks weak. I'd be short an arm to about 152. Yeah, about right here. Yeah, arm looks weak. IPG, no. Shell, energy, shell, push to the upside. Sure, I could see 75. Networks. This looks good. This looks good, real good. Came out of consolidation, pushed up, nice curvature, okay, holding negative divergence, right? You got your push up here, negative divergence, and we're showing oversold, right? So I could see this one pushing. This one looks good. It would be a slower play. BP, Gilead Science. I'm just looking for something that sticks out. CSX, yeah. Cisco, Cisco, Cisco. Yeah, I could see the case for Cisco holding support here. We probably want to play this off of the lines, but holding support and then seeing the catapult to the upside. APA Disney, man, Disney's rough. I'd be buying shares. I'd be buying shares down here, this 90s and stuff. I'd be buying shares, guys. Disney's a forever stock. If you're not buying shares of Disney, you're nuts. Halliburton, all right, looking pretty weak. Oxy, uh, looking weak on Oxy as well. Delta Airlines. Woo, man, they got hammered. This would be a good trade. Delta Airlines would be a good trade to take off the triggers, guys. Right. Um, they got hammered. You can see it right here. Right here. Just absolutely just bam. And then you saw bam. This was all that CrowdStrike stuff, right? This was that CrowdStrike stuff. And then they kind of recovered a little bit. I can see the push to the downside, but you want to go ahead and do these off the triggers again. Okay, so we want to look long. If we start to clear above the 45 and right here, I would just come at the bottom of here. You're supported over here. You got some price action here. 42.50. Okay, we close below 42.50. We're looking for that push to the downside, going to probably test like 40s. Okay. All right. What are we doing? Where does this go? Yeah. Okay. That's it. All right. So that's all on the longs. All right. We went through a whole bunch of stocks, guys. I'm going to show you that penny stock. So the same thing we did for the longs, we would do for the shorts. And remember, this is just basically I wanted to go over the screener thing. I'm going to show you the penny stock that is sponsored, and then we're going to go over the normal stocks that everyone likes to trade and look for a potential killer. Okay, so I'm going to show you the sponsored stock. I already pushed the alert out, right? Maya. Okay, guys, this right here. Yes, I'm sponsored. I'm pushing it out. Okay, Bullseye Media is who I'm working for. But I like this stock, guys. I really do. They have a lot in their pipeline. Okay. Therapeutic biotech companies, all right. They're dealing with a lot of these immune deficiency, um, incurable type of diseases stuff, right? Trying to get the cure for cancer or at least a therapeutic solution to ease some cancering things, specifically in the small cell cancer, also things with like the lupus, and they got some other stuff in the pipeline. And the interesting thing is, man, they've been gaining a lot of traction because a lot of their tests here in their phase 1 and phase 2 testings are going very well. Okay, very promising data. Anything can happen with these biotechs, man. That's why I like it, man. I'm a combat medic. Okay, so pharmacology and a biotech, man, I love it. It just has a passion. But that's why I like trading these particular penny stocks because when they hit, man. If any of you remember like 2 or 3 years ago, um, Sava, right? When it had that Alzheimer's drug and stuff like that, we got a comment. Are we going to talk about futures at all? I wasn't going to talk about futures, but we can after I get done with this presentation. This was mainly, on Mondays I do stocks and I talk about penny stocks. I usually do futures on like Tuesday and Thursday, but I can talk a little bit about some futures. That was someone asking a question. Anyways, so this Maya, we like this, okay? Biotech, I love it. I can see the push, okay? So anything can happen with these. We want bullish news, okay? We want a lot of great catalysts and stuff, and it has the stuff, it has the volume, and as you can see, it pushes, okay? It pushes, it definitely can move. So if we can get a decent like news catalyst on this one, we can get some volume behind us and things of that nature. This thing can just absolutely skyrocket. Right now it's 375. I got price targets right here of 425 on a trade, and the analysts are giving this thing a $6 price target pending some of that positive news and stuff. And if it gets the positive news, this thing's going to just we'll probably have a $20 stock before you know it. So this is one of those I do like this trade, and this will be popping tomorrow. Believe that. So you get the news first here. The link to the disclaimer and all the information will be in the description of this video, so you can check it out. Let's go ahead and go into the let's talk futures. All right. Can we give a futures over here? Let's go ES. All right, let's talk about it. All right, let's talk futures. All right. We had a request for it, so let's talk about it. Okay, ES. All right. And if you guys don't understand when you're looking at futures, all right, ES, and they'll tell you here, okay, ES is mini. You got basically got your full contracts, right? You got your mini, you got your micros and stuff like that. I have a futures class on the website if you're interested. I did two. So I got a basic and an intermediate and advanced futures class. The basic class I have for free. If you want the intermediate and the advanced class, costs you a little something because I put a lot of effort into it. But yeah, but it's definitely gets you some good training and things of that nature. But when we're looking at these, you trade futures just like you would any normal stock, okay? You can utilize your moving averages. You can utilize your indicators. The price action strategies don't change. What changes is the fact that these move a little bit more dynamically, and your money can definitely be quickly diminished and quickly gained. And so, in the blink of an eye, example, let's go into, oops, hello. Let's go into a 5 minute chart and see what it did today. What's our time frame? What are we looking at? What time frame? 10:55. All right. Let's just look at what it did from Bell. All right. So Bell to Bell. All right. Bell to Bell. All right. So Bell, all right, definitely. And just in pre-market before the bell, right? 5606 with low of 578. Okay. I mean, in the that's a 25, 30 point move. All right. And when you're talking about future contracts, that can be a $300 move. That could be a $3,000 move right there. Push back up here. held support, and then it dumped even further. Okay, so this is where you got to be Johnny on the spot with futures. Okay, you start to see the trend, price action above your moving averages. Remember, three reasons why to push to buy. You can use all the same stuff, cross to the upside. We got oversold over here, and we start to cross up. TTM squeeze is giving us something. Maybe we even got another indicator. We could put a super trend on here, right? Okay, got a super trend. Told us to go long here, right? Long once we confirm with the moving averages. When you're doing futures, you don't want to hold. Can you gamble? If you and definitely make some really huge money, yeah. If you caught something here on the low and you held all the way up to the top, yeah, absolutely. But if we're going off of, whatever, we want to make that money. As soon as we start to see it falter and hit some negative trending turn point, we need to go ahead and secure. All right. So if we were to get into this one, I wouldn't trade 594, boom, right? It popped up. We see and this is on what the 5-minute chart pops up. We hit here, and then we weren't able to accelerate further up. We're going to go ahead and take profits. Okay, maybe we got profits up here at the top, hopefully 5606, right? So we got a little 595, 5607. Yeah, so we got a little 12-point move there. Okay, one contract, hey, we got, basically making like a, 12-point move. Okay. Times that by like 10 contracts, 50 contracts, whatever you got in the futures. And now we're talking about some significant money with the futures. Okay. The big point I want to tell you about with the futures is that you trade it again, just like regular price action. Nothing changes. Just the risk that's involved changes again. And you can see volatility, man. These things just like it just turns on a dime, right? Caught people here, probably slipping short, popped up. They probably let their stop loss go. And as soon as their stop loss triggered, boom, the dump happened. Bam. And then you could ride it up. So the ES is the S&P. Let's look at the NQ. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. NQ main, right? This is the NASDAQ. You can see similar price action to what the ES had, right? Some of the things I like to trade on futures is I like metals. So let's go ahead and look at the GC gold, right? I like to trade gold, man. Gold's a good one to trade. It's pretty stable. You can see gold just doing gold. Oh, woo, we got some negative pressure here on gold. Oh, look, it's already popping, man. Doing some crazy stuff. Let's go into a little bit of these EMAs right here are just the 10 and the 20s. On my trading view where I trade futures through the Apex, I have a custom indicator that I created. I call it the TWR boom. I know that sounds weird, but it's the only name I could come up with, right? The TWR booming. Boomer, whatever you want to call it. But it's a good indicator. You guys see it when I do my future posts with the TWR futures. One of my battle buddies, Jay, he trades off of it as well. It's shown him a lot of success. So right now we're just looking at this thing, and yeah, you can use anything that matches your trading personality. Really, what you're looking for is you're looking for consistency. So you could see you could trade off of any type of EMA as long as you hold it. We crossed here, you go long, right? And you stay long until you start to pierce below your lower, right? So this one's here. This is my 10. Orange is my 20. 10 crosses above the 20. That's a sign to go ahead and say go. We already got confirmation that we were bullish with the cross here, right? So there's one reason. This would be potentially a negative reason, but we know in futures, as long as we're accelerating, we can go ahead and continue going. We can even add, I like to add this indicator for futures. Hang on. Let me add one. I like this one for futures. And it may not be here. There it is. Okay. I want my relative volume. I want my relative volume. Okay. So let's look at this little chunk here, right? Because there was a nice little push here. Okay. Super Trend gave you the buy over here. This was more conservative, right? We could have took this trade here, but let's look at our reasons why. Okay. EMAs were showing us we were wide. We didn't see the trade here. We got to wait. We start to cross to the other side. Okay, boom. We're thinking long. Okay. We are already confirmed over here. So the MACD already gave us our one confirmation point, right? RSI wasn't giving us much, but we know that RSI can hold above, for a while, specifically in futures. TTM squeeze was giving us the reverse from the cool down going into the boom. This is really where we should be paying attention. This relative volume, okay? Anytime we push above our trigger line, okay, on this one it's 2. We're looking, that's a significant push, okay? That's a significant encounter where we're seeing a lot of volume push, all right? It happened here, right at where we crossed, and it happened again. This is showing us considerable continuation, right? Then you see this huge push here. This is telling us that we're still holding these levels. Anytime we continue these waves where we come back up towards this area, we got the volume on our side. Okay. It didn't stop until we started getting this long period where we came up and we failed and we continued on, even pushed here. But we'd go ahead and running off of the indicators, right? This one gets our idea. Juice is flowing. All right. This one kind of makes us go, I don't know about it. TTM squeeze giving us, and then we start to see volume pushing above our trigger two. We get across here. Boom. All right. 3 reasons why to push the buy. We go ahead and look long, right? This supports it. Get the cross. That's 2. TTM squeeze. That's 3. And then we got our break here above 2, our double peak, right? That's multiple reasons. We're long. Boom. In the trade. As long as we and we stay above, not closing below, and we keep moving in the direction, we're going to go ahead and stay long on this trade. You wouldn't be wrong closing out here when we got real tight. This is usually where people get faked out. It comes here, but it didn't close below it, right? We keep riding, we keep riding, we keep riding. Not until we get about here where we're starting to get confirmation. We actually get price action close on a 5-minute chart below our moving average lines. This would be probably where we want to exit. So we got a push here. Was that 2389 to about here, 2398. Okay. So about a $10 push, 10-point push right there in futures. Rinse and repeat, just falling off the trades, right? Anytime you get your signal to go ahead and come out, you can always flip it and go reverse, at least for a short term. You got to be able to watch it though. So we could have gone reverse. As long as we stay below our moving averages, we're good to go. Once we started converging on our higher ends, we need to come out of the trade and switch it. So just a little bit of strategy there. But yeah, I like to trade this gold stuff. All right. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, guys. We've been on for about an hour. I appreciate you guys taking the time. I haven't been on live for a minute, so appreciate you guys taking the time to let me do this. Yeah. So I hope you got something out of this. I know we went over a lot of tickers. Oh, I did promise you, hang on, before we go, I did promise you the normal tickers that we're looking at. Okay, let's go ahead and look at SPY. All right, and I want to go ahead and pull SPY up. Let's look at SPY in a 15-minute. Before we go, I'll get rid of this one too. All right. You guys hear my 20-year-old son acting like a fool down there. All right, SPY. Got this gap up from the downside. Got a huge push, dump. We're in consolidation mode right here. We're looking a little bit bearish, but as long as we stay steady inside of this tight range, we're good. We're good to go ahead and hold longs and expect a potential breakout. I would like to see the break from here up to 557. I think on a decent day we can get that push. What'll probably happen is we'll probably get the spike up and it will probably reject down, clearing some sort of catalyst or something will happen where we start to clear down and cover this gap. At least we'll cover the gap, maybe with a wicking out type of thing, but it'll probably happen. Let's go ahead and look at the Q. Very similar. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of some of these indicators, man. All right. Q, very similar. Same idea here. We're actually pushing a little bit below our moving averages now. So we'd be expecting a little bit. If we continue to sell off in tech, we're looking for the push down. Now, the gamble trade here would be to go ahead and go long from this part and expect to push up to about 485. That would be the gamble trade. We had the V-shaped recovery. We're kind of descending here. We're below, right? Got some push here, oversold. I mean, this would be the gamble trade, but definitely you can make some good money off of some of these gamble trades. Don't go in heavy, but that 485 is definitely in range if we get the catapult from some earnings. Okay. We also got the gap down here, so we need to pay attention to that. IWM, man, I preach IWM all the time, guys, and IWM definitely killed it. I want to go back a little bit on IWM. Let's go back with me. Oh, go back with me here. When we were consolidated, the longer you stay at consolidation, the bigger the move. The longer you stay at consolidation, the bigger the move. The longer you stay at consolidation, the bigger the move. Okay. We've been talking about this. Okay. Talking about this. 210. That was the contract that we wanted people to go. $210 pushed out to the end of August. Talking about that and preaching that people didn't think it was going to happen because we had it consolidation for so long, and then boom, this explosion happened, and the people that followed the bouncy ball made some killer money. Okay, I like this for continuation as long as we stay hot. With a neutral to bullish market sentiment, the speculative small cap stocks will do very well. Okay, so I do like from this area here, I like to push and I like to retest from this point. If we can hold this area, we can go ahead and break to the upside. We have areas where we've been a lot higher in the past. You can see right here, we still haven't came close to breaching our previous highs, so it's due at least to go ahead and start attacking these higher levels, at least before we start to cool down. So I do like IWM for the push to the upside. We just need to keep the pressure going. Okay. So, all right, let's get into some big cat Tesla. Got earnings coming up. Tesla, I told you guys, man, this thing was a catapult, okay? Depending on the earnings, okay, if people start believing Tesla is a tech stock rather than a car company, we could start to see some real push in here. And I could see 300, in the near future if earnings hold. If earnings don't hold, this thing is very susceptible to the downside pressure. We also got a gap down here to the downside. So I could definitely see us losing 10, $15 just like that off of some negative sentiment off of earnings. Google has earnings coming up. I like Google to the upside. I think 190 is in the ballpark. I'd be going long on Google all day long, pushing it out to the end of August, staying at the money, in the money as much as possible, as much as you can afford. But I do like to push here off of earnings for the move to 190. Shop, I like shop 65. I think we're coming off. We had this downtrend here, came up, we're consolidating. I think we get our push and a catapult to the upside. Nike. Oops. Nike. I've been telling you guys, man, it's time. Right now, we got $80 calls pushed out a little bit. I do still like Nike for the break to the upside. It's been beat up for so long, man. People have been waiting on this one. So Nike definitely has my attention. I do like to move from 75 to 80. I think it's just, maybe will be a little slower than anticipated, but the move is inevitable. Meta. Meta, coming out here, you're gonna see a lot of these look the same. Okay, they all got that gap up here. They're all kind of consolidating. If the tech holds, Meta to the upside, right? To go breach this 492, start to make a new high. Sure. All right, last one for you. Apple. Oops. Apple. Now, this is one that I actually think is a little bit of bearish. I'd be going short on Apple. I do like Apple, all day, every day, but it definitely looks pretty weak. The Apple will probably sell off going into its earnings. And so I do like Apple for a sell-off. Right now, another leg to the downside, probably 220 eventually. And then we'll start to see that support and we can push to the upside. All right, guys, that's it, man. Have a great night. Praise Warden. Holla at your boy. Don't worry about you know, thank you. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Thank you for coming along with us on the journey. And as always, if you're ready, follow me and the other TWR Market Warriors and let's go to war. Okay. Check out some of the stuff. The links are in the description. And definitely check out my penny stock stuff, man. It's gonna be fire trading tomorrow. All right. See you guys when that bell rings.